Hi, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Full Court Podcast with your host, Orazio Cauchi. We continue with our journey throughout Europe, and this time we have from Spain my colleague at BasketNews.com, Miguel Lois Vidal. Miguel, welcome.
Hi, Orazio. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to have you back on the show, Miguel. Miguel is the first host that we have for the second time. So, Miguel, you're officially a record holder for the moment for the show.
Well, it's a big responsibility for me.
Yeah. It's pretty big. So, of course, with Miguel, we're going to focus a little bit more about the Spanish teams, and to start, we're going to talk about Barcelona. Barcelona had a busy week last week because they played two different games in EuroLeague, which, considering the current COVID situation, playing two games in a week is almost a miracle. And the first one was the loss against Olimpia Milan. It was a very, very close game until the very end. And then the other one was the victory against Anadolu Efes, another very entertaining game. So let's start with the game against Olimpia Milan, Miguel. Barcelona had played a very good third period during the game. They had a very good quarter in the third one. But then in the last one, Milan came back. They made some very tough shots down the stretch with Sergio Rodriguez and with Malcolm Delaney. And Rodriguez had a fantastic game. And in the end, Barcelona just couldn't keep up in the last few minutes. And so I wanted to ask you about that game. What do you think was Barcelona's main problem, especially during the last quarter?
Yeah, I would say it could be something related to energy because AS Barcelona had an outbreak late in the beginning of January, and they lost against Manresa at home in a really tight game. Honestly, against I think we will talk a little bit later about
Yeah.
about Moneke and all these guys of Manresa who are really having fun on the court. And I think Barca had some kind of problems with energy. Defensively also, it was kind of struggling. Jasikevic was told in the press conference after the game that they made many mistakes, especially on allowing Milano's players like, as you said, Chacho and Delaney, going to the right hand, which is better say his good hand. Chacho is always inspired against FC Barcelona. And Delaney had also kind of revenge. And he admitted after the game, so it's not something I'm saying. So I would say it's related about energy, about also Milano played a really good game at Palau Blaugrana, where it's not easy to be consistent during the 40 minutes. And despite everything, Barca had the last shot to win with that La Provitola 3-point shot. And Milano this year has been able to beat Barca 2 times. And if I'm not wrong, last year Barca won the 3 games, including the final. So it was also kind of Messina goals, I guess, to beat Charas this year, and they did it. Milano is also recovering from a bad streak back in November, December. It was not a good streak. So, well, it was a tie game between two teams that are among the candidates to reach the Final Four and probably to win the title. So yeah, entertaining as you said, and Milano was better at the end with a fantastic delay.
Yeah, that's true. It was a very entertaining game, and also the game against Efes was a really fun one because even in that case, it was a game that went really down the stretch. But Barcelona, in this case, was able to take the victory home, and there was, of course, also a little bit of drama because of the ejection of Coach Ataman. It's third ejection this season, so it's been a very intense season for Coach Ataman with his relationship with the referees, and it took almost 2 minutes to leave the court because he started to talk with the fans and everything. But I wanted to start about that game with how well Jokubaitis did, especially in the last few minutes. He was once again a key man for Barcelona. So Miguel, I wanted to ask you, since the injury of Calates, Jokubaitis has really shined into this major role that he's having for the team.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, La Provitola has had 3 or 4 games where he shined, leading FC Barcelona in offensively. But since then, it's like Jokubaitis is going up week per week, game per game. He knows better the club, his teammates. He's also gaining confidence in himself. So I'm really surprised, to be honest, because I mean, I've been following Jokubaitis the last 2 seasons in the EuroLeague, and I've seen what he is capable of. Especially with his left hand, with his problem. I'm not. I don't want to say the best left hand in Europe, because probably I would be saying something terrible. But it's one of the best. And when he decides to attack the rim, aggressiveness by his left hand, he's like difficult to stop him. It's like I compare, for sure, without trying to elevate the dream about around him, but he's like Messi in terms of he's going to his left hand, and he does it again every moment. So it's like, okay, but he's taking responsibilities in the crunch time. He did it in Istanbul in the overtime. He did it last week with that last shot against Misic, and he played a really good 4th quarter against Ceska also. So it's like he likes the crunch time. He likes to take the ball. He likes to shot that in that moment where sometimes some players are not likely to do it, or because of the pressure, because of they don't feel confident with themselves. But Rokas Jokubaitis is showing that he's capable of doing that. So I think he's improving. He's also feeling great. You can feel this when you see him on the court. He knows how to connect with the fans. He knows how to react after a good not only offensive play but also defensive play. So he's like 21 years old and shining in one of the best clubs in Europe with all the pressure, alongside great players like Mirotic, Higgins, Kuric. He's there. So I don't know if this summer he will leave Europe to play in the New York Knicks. I hope not, but I think for sure he's an exceptional player.
Yeah, it's definitely building his case for that jump to the NBA. Another quick question: did you enjoy Ergin Ataman's show during the game?
Well, if I'm really honest, when Ergin Ataman began to complain to the refs, I took my smartphone and I started recording. And
because you knew that something was going to happen.
But to be honest, also I would like to recognize when I was on the court in Palau Blaugrana, I couldn't understand why he was ejected, and I'm going to explain it. When he receives his first technical foul, okay, you can understand it's something that he said, okay, but then I think it just took 10 seconds to the second technical foul, and his hands or his gesture was not extremely visible, like that. Okay, this man should be fired, ejected. Sorry, not. It was not for me. It was not that situation. But okay, you are not able to hear him, and maybe he said something bad to the refs. And after that, it took him like 2-3 minutes to to leave the court in an image I've never seen. I've never seen a coach sitting in his in his chair like twice or 3 times before Jakub, his assistant coach, told him, please go, because if not, the EuroLeague will punish us. And then finally, what he said to the fans, I won the cup. Well, I think it's simply Ergin Ataman. It's not the first time he did something like this. I think it's not the last. Also, I remember he did something similar in Vitoria in the Final Four in 2019 with Fenerbahce fans who were yelling at him. I don't know what. But he also moved against him and say something, and also with his arm. So I think it's just Ergin Ataman show, and he's like that. You need to love him if you like that kind of person. But I recognize a lot his job in Istanbul, what he's doing with Anadolu Efes in the last 3-4 years. It's amazing for sure. He has 2 great players like Larkin and Misic for sure. It's easier to play with them, but he has been capable of keep the chemistry of this team that is playing like sometimes like with memory. All the movements are naturally, are all automatic. So I recognize this part, and then the other part, it's just Ergin Ataman.
Yeah, absolutely. And now let's move on a little bit, and let's talk about a little bit about Real Madrid, because there have been a couple of very important news recently for Real Madrid. First of all, Gabriel Deck is coming back to Real. He will sign a 2-year deal. Even Coach Lasso now confirmed that the Argentinian player is coming back to the team. And the second very important news is that Guerschon Yabusele has signed a contract extension until 2024 with Real, which, of course, it's very important because Yabusele was going to become a free agent this summer. So lock him in down to a brand new contract. It's very, very important, because this summer he would have had a lot of suitors for sure, considering how well he's playing. And so I wanted to ask you about Yabusele. Were you surprised by this contract extension that he arrived so quickly during the season?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I'm surprised, because Yabusele said at the beginning of the season that his dream was to come back to the NBA.
Yeah,
and it's something he admitted, and it's fair. So yeah, I'm really surprised. I also think that maybe the buyout has increased, and Yabusele has also his dream to come back to the NBA. But it's a great movement by Real Madrid. It's a big achievement, I would say, alongside with addition of Gabriel Deck. Because Yabusele 2025, Tavares and Poirier 2024, and Deck 2024 too. So it's like the front court. It's it's deep, and it's really talented, versatile. I think we talked about Yabusele in the first time you invited me. That I said Yabusele probably was one of the best additions of the summer in the EuroLeague.
Yeah.
Because of his production, because of his impact on a team like Real Madrid, which is the second best team in Europe right now, well, like Barca, I would say. And yeah, it's a big movement. It also means a lot about how Real Madrid take care of players. Yui, Tavares, Yabusele now. a lot of players who may be under the NBA radar prefers to stay in Madrid rather than coming back to the NBA. Okay, maybe there's no one offer yet, but it means a lot for Madrid as a club, for Lasso as a coach, and after 10 years in that bench with all the pressure, when you don't win nothing, it's like the end. He is able to keep the fire, and Yabusele, it's a good movement, and also Gabriel Deck. For me, it's one of the best EuroLeague forwards. I can't understand what OKC expected from him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have paid him a lot of money for just 17 games. But I mean, you've seen Gabriel Deck in Spain. You've seen Gabriel Deck with Argentina. You know which kind of player he is. What did you expect from him? I mean, that's something I cannot understand, and especially in a franchise that is in the lower positions of the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an emerging project with all of young players. So it's strange, but Gabriel Deck returns to Europe with a better salary than he left in April of last year. So I think everyone wins except OKC.
Yeah, sure. And Deck definitely was able to make some very good money in this last year between OKC and now this new contract that is gonna get in Real Madrid. And Real Madrid is getting deeper and deeper with their roster because their depth is absolutely impressive. But they are probably the deepest team in the competition. So to finish for this episode with Miguel, I wanted to talk a little bit about the article that Miguel wrote for BasketNews.com about one of the most probably exciting players to watch this season in the ACB. We're talking about Chima Moneke of Manresa. He is playing a very good season with the Spanish club. As of right now, he's averaging more than 13 points per game with almost 8 rebounds per game. And of course, Miguel mentioned before the game that he had against Barcelona. Manresa was able to win against Barcelona at the overtime, and Moneke finished with 18 points and 13 rebounds. And so I wanted to ask you, Miguel, is definitely a very exciting player to watch because of his energy, his intensity, he's all over the court. So what did you see about him that you really like so far?
Well, to be honest, first of all, Manresa won at Barcelona for the first time since 1996.
Oh, wow.
Joan Peñarroya, Valencia's coach, was playing at Manresa at that time. So
that was a long time ago.
And most of the players of the current roster, they didn't born.
Yeah,
they were not born.
They weren't born.
So they weren't born at that age. So, that first of all. And Moneke, I compare him more or less with John Brown because he's an energetic player, always jumping, always. If you see him on the court, it's like he's everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Because he's also big. He's really athletic, and then he has something that you cannot buy. It's the charisma. He's a charismatic guy, and he connects with the stands. This weekend in Manresa's win against Gran Canaria, I don't know if you see a GIF in the ACB account. He made like a heart to the fans who were yelling his name, so, singing his name to be honest. So Moneke is a player who was in France just the last year, and not many people know about him.
Yeah, that's true.
And also it happens with other players like Baltonen, who came from the second Germany division, or other players from Manresa who has really made great additions this summer. One of them, Moneke. The other one is Ismael Bako, for me, a EuroLeague player. And Moneke, yeah, is shining in the ACB League. It's not the first candidate, but it's among the best players of the season, with Mirotic, for example. No, he's there, Chima Moneke, and I think Manresa fans are enjoying a lot, and every single basketball fan should watch a game, not only of Moneke but also Manresa's game, because he's a team who likes to play quick, to put the ball in the offensive side of the court as fast as they can. They are not the Warriors. I don't want to to put them that pressure, but they are a fun team to watch. They are among the candidates to win the Basketball Champions League for me. They have shown in this first part of the competition, winning in Karşıyaka, winning in Jerusalem, where are difficult places to win. And Moneke, yeah, it's I love him, the way he plays, the way he feels the game, and also even in the warm up he does dunks. He likes to smile. I mean, that kind of players are the ones who make you buy a ticket for watching the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And most likely we will keep hearing his name next summer when other teams will come knocking at the door of Manresa, because there's going to be plenty of interest. Sure. So for this brand new episode of Full Court Podcast is everything. So I wanna thank Miguel for being here. Thank you very much, Miguel.
It was a pleasure, Orazio. And now it's time to enjoy the last but not least part of the season. Hopefully without outbreaks, please.
Let's hope for that. And and probably we're also gonna see a brand new location for the Final Four, because the rumors that are coming in these last few hours are that most likely the Final Four will be moved to Belgrade. So we will see what's going to happen on that front. For Full Court Podcast is everything. Before we finish, just a quick reminder that Full Court Podcast is now also available in its audio version on Spotify. Of course, the full format of the show is going to be available on our website, BasketNews.com, and on our YouTube channel. So with you, basketball fans, we're going to see you very, very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.